All right, now those of you guys who've been longtime followers on the channel, you know that in the springtime I get extremely busy trucking. I have very little time to work on stuff. I have very little time to do YouTube videos. I'm running 5,000-6,000 miles a week. And I want to be using this truck this year. I want to make sure I got my T's dotted, my I's crossed. Get some of the creature comfort stuff done, get everything legal, 100% ready to go. I've already taken this truck in, got an alignment on it. Now when they did the alignment on this, now remember I cut this truck in half and used a cutoff off of a 2010 truck, welded it all together, and the front drive axle here needed 0 adjustment. Rear drive axle, got a 1/32 shim. Lift axle here was on the money. Just goes to show that the amount of time that I spent measuring and remeasuring things when I did the frame stretch on it really paid off. Now, even I didn't expect to be that close, but I'm very happy that we were. Now, I get tons and tons of comments about adding a second air cleaner on the truck. That's gonna come, it's just not gonna be right away. I've already got another air cleaner. I've got the strap brackets. I need to find another top hat that matches this one. I really like that top hat. I want to find another one like it. As far as I can find, they don't seem to be in production anymore, so they're really hard to find. So this top hat measures right around 14 inches across. This is a 15-inch air breather. And it looks to stand about 5 inches tall. If any of you guys got a top hat like that you're looking to sell, or that you'd be willing to part with, or if you know where I can get one, get a hold of me on the Facebook page. I'll have a link in the description. Send me a message and maybe we can try to work something out. I'd definitely be willing to pay a little bit of money for one. You know, that stuff's going to be down the road. The goal right now is I want to get this truck on the road, start using it, start enjoying it, and there's still lots to do on this truck. It's not done by any means, but just getting it to that point where I'm using it and I'm enjoying it. I've been working on this truck for over 1.5 years now, and that's just where I want to have it. So now that I've been talking for way too long, let's get to it. All right, now one thing I've always felt is a necessity in any truck that I drive is to have a refrigerator. Try eating out at truck stops all the time, you're going to spend an extra $200 a week on food, and you're probably going to weigh 200 pounds more. Now I'm a bit of an idiot, and I measured the inside dimension of my closet here, and I was trying to find a dorm fridge that I could put in there. Problem is, I measured the inside dimension here, and I didn't take into account the opening here, and I bought this dorm fridge here. Well, that fridge would fit in this closet if you could get it in there. And I'm not about to go cutting this lip off so I can go slide a fridge in there. Now I've done a little bit of Googling on the internet there, and I've found some actual truck fridges that will fit in this space, so that's what we're going to end up doing going down the road. But for right now, this is going to have to do. I'll at least be able to keep some perishable foods with me here and all that. I am going to have to put an inverter in to power this, as well as other creature comforts in the truck, so we're going to be putting an inverter in. Alright, so here's what we're going to run for your power inverter. It's basically just your standard, nothing fancy, 2500 watt DC to AC power inverter. This takes your battery voltage, turns it into 120 volts AC like you'd have in your house. We're going to need to get this thing mounted, battery cables, all that kind of stuff. Alright, so first things first, we're going to need to punch out a couple holes for the battery cables. Alright, so now we got our battery cables through the floor with rubber grommets installed. Now we're going to have to get these cables run up under the truck, all secured nice and neat, and into the battery box. Alright, so battery cables are all secured into the battery box here. I can't quite hook the battery cables up quite yet because I'm waiting on a big fuse to come in. I couldn't find one local, so I had to order one online. Not quite here yet, but show you kind of what we're going to do. This power wire here is the one that goes to run electric tarps on trailers. And you can see how I've got a circuit breaker mounted here, so you got power that comes off the battery through the circuit breaker before it comes out to the plug on here. We're going to do basically the same thing on the power inverter there, except I just got to wait for that to come in. I ordered a 400 amp fuse for that. The power inverters do draw quite a bit of power if you run them at max output. So we got a 400 amp fuse ordered. We'll get that wired in quick to the batteries as soon as that comes in. That shouldn't really be but a couple minute deal. Alright, so it's time here to make about a 16-year leap from the old IFTA stickers here. I'm going to try to scrape these old ones off of here. I'm not sure how well that's going to go. Oh, that's not... Oh. You get more than a couple of these stacked on top of each other, it starts kind of looking like garbage, so... Alright, so I want to get this air dryer changed out here. I have not touched this since I got this truck, so God only knows when the last time this thing was serviced. Typically you'd want to service this at a minimum of at least once every 2 years. This truck's been off the road for 15, so I'd say it's a little bit past due. I've thought about painting my air dryer to match the truck, but if I did that, I wouldn't be able to just swap these out for remans anymore. I'd have to actually rebuild them. Which wouldn't be the end of the world. I think it'd look pretty nice. Maybe next time. Alright, so it's finally time to put plates on this thing. Now, I'd previously put this stainless steel plate on here that covers the center toe point location, because this is actually a 379 bumper that I just modified to make it work on a 359. And I'm going to leave this here. I think we're going to install our new plate right underneath that, just like so. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to use a little masking tape, hold this in place. That way I can get my 4 bolt holes center punched without the plate moving on me. Probably really only need 2, come to think of it. Alright, so now my plan here this morning was I was going to get an old right here, hook it up to my side dump, go get a load of gravel to stockpile up here at the shop, kind of make sure everything's good to go under a load and all that good happy stuff. But got a call last night. Instead, I'm going to go grab my hopper trailer, go get a load of fertilizer, do about a 600-mile trip. So let's cross our fingers. Everything holds up good, but I am running way behind here this morning. It's a cold, cool, frosty morning, and I got a lot to do, and I'm running behind. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe down below. Thank you. Have a great day.